welcome back to another episode of Full Disclosure After Hours. I'm Mckenzie.
And I'm Kristen.
First things first, we have our Starbucks
drink of the week.
So it was my turn to pick them up this week. I went with a iced chai tea latte with the brown sugar syrup inside.
I'm actually really excited. I saw this drink on TikTok.
Me too.
But I haven't tried it yet, but I'm so excited.
Okay, cheers. It's so good.
Oh my god.
That's
like oh my god, it tastes like kind of like cinnamon.
Yeah, I think so. Because it's like supposed to be like a
I
cookie
guess
butter.
Chai latte is
Is it?
cinnamon.
I don't know anything about chai, to be quite honest. Okay, but
Really
we
good.
have to seriously get into
Really jump right in.
The Bachelor finale was this week. My pride and joy, to be quite honest.
It was crazy.
It was, okay, if you don't watch anything, watch After the Final Rose with Emmanuel Acho.
Oh god.
Absolutely insane.
It was arguably one of the most uncomfortable things I've watched on live television.
If you like watching an hour special with 30 minutes of silence, I recommend.
It was just like they took like the three most awkward situations and made them happen.
Yeah.
Like they had his
So-
ex.
How it
talked.
ended is Matt chose Rachel, but he didn't propose to her. He just wanted to like be girly friends,
Right.
whatever. And then Rachel got caught going to an antebellum South party. Matt
In
is a-
2018, which
in
I
2018.
don't know why I thought it was like a while ago, but then I was watching it and they said 2018. And I was like, oh, that was
recent.
that's recent
Yeah.
actually.
And Matt is a black man, and we don't do that. We don't do that. And so he broke up with her, and then basically was like, I don't want to be the one to teach you why that was wrong.
Yeah, I heard him say like quite frequently. He was like, she didn't understand that it was wrong. Like,
He had to like be the one to tell her.
and he was just like, yeah, we're not gonna get back together because
And she, okay,
You don't
did you
get it.
also feel like she was like kind of expecting that they would get
she
back
was
together?
really freaking me
In
out
the
because
first
she was like
half-
rubbing him and like
Yeah, she was
grabbing
like-
his hand. I was like, get off of him.
Like,
Get off of him. Oh my gosh.
crazy.
She looked cute though.
Yeah. She's very
She's
beautiful.
looking cute.
She has some work to do.
She does have a lot of work to do. And Emmanuel Acho was cracking me up the whole episode. There was
He was
one
smiling
point,
a lot, and it was kind of uncomfortable.
the like uncomfortable realm of silence that happened during the episode. It was silent for like minutes. And Emmanuel just sits there and he goes, wow. I was like, why would you say that? Why would you say
Literally.
It was silent. It went to commercial break, and when it came back, it was still silent.
Okay,
and
so
I was
did you watch the actual like finale episode?
I skimmed it.
Okay. Well, there's this one moment because Matt's other woman that was like on the episode, Michelle.
Michelle.
She like right before, she like gave him this present that was like a pair of matching jerseys that say Mr. and Mrs. James on the back, and then he broke up with her immediately following the receiving.
You think
of
he
the
kept
present.
it?
I
He kept
hope
it and
not.
gave it to Rachel. He's like,
Mr.
ooh,
and
thanks
Mrs.
though.
James. They were like matching jerseys. It was so cringy.
I would never do that.
And then he was like, "Thank you for sharing. Goodbye.
Thank you for sharing. She didn't like kind of like mention that during the show. She was like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta
she-
figure out something else
He
to
said
say.
that to everyone. He every time a girl would be like,
Except for
"Matt,
Rachel.
I love you." Yeah, Rachel.
For Rachel?
He was like, "I love you back," but everyone else he'd be like, "Oh, thanks for sharing." And it's like,
He's
that's
like,
so
oh,
horrific.
cute. That's good for you. Not me though.
Thanks. That was nice. But
they-
then they also announced the Bachelorettes.
The Bachelorettes. There's two Bachelorettes.
There's two.
I don't know. Is it going to be like back-to-back seasons? Are they filming simultaneously? Do you know?
Okay, so
Well,
they're-
first of all, the
this week-
Bachelorettes.
yeah,
Miss Michelle herself and Katie.
this week, they're going to start filming Katie's season in New Mexico. They're filming like in Albuquerque at a different resort.
In Albuquerque, that is where I'm from.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God, no way.
I'm like hometown heroes, everybody.
So they're filming Katie's season in Albuquerque, and then they'll do a season of Bachelor in Paradise, and then they'll do another Bachelor season. No, I want
I
to say the
couldn't
schedule
tell
is
you.
usually like Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, Bachelor, Bachelorette, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had, they said her. Okay, so I think they probably will do Michelle, like do like both Bachelorettes before they do a Bachelor season, because Michelle is a teacher, and she said she didn't like. I think they wanted her to be like the only Bachelorette, but she didn't want to like leave her students again. So
Because she was just
yeah.
on the
So she
Bachelor.
was like, I want to go back to teaching. So they're filming hers over the summer so that she can still like work after
Yeah.
it's over.
I just remember she was like talking to Katie and she was like, it'll be nice to have somebody to like compare notes with. And I was like, wait, are they filming at the same time?
No, I don't know. I mean, like, I think because they're obviously like this week they're going to Albuquerque, so it'll be
I'm glad. I like both of them.
Yeah, no, it was a good choice.
Katie was really nice.
The Bachelorette seasons are always better.
Oh, of course.
They're always better. And then it's not Chris Harrison as the host.
I wonder who's going to host it.
It's going to be Tayshia, who was the most recent Bachelorette, and then Caitlin Bristow, who was like a couple Bachelorette. She's
okay,
kind
that's
of
cool.
like 2015, maybe. I don't know.
I was like, Emmanuel on that show would be so
that
funny.
would. I think he would be great. I don't know
he
if
was
he
just
like
like
has
cracking me up. He was like, "Wow, this is definitely the hardest thing you've ever gone through, right?"
He'd be like,
yeah.
he was like, Matt, Rachel, you want to embrace one last time?
Nothing happens. He's like,
they're just like,
okay.
no movement.
He was like, how does it feel knowing you'll never see this man again in your whole life? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, Rachel, potentially the last time you'll ever see this man. What do you have to say? And she's just like, no way, I never thought about that. She was so emo about it, which I get because she lost a good one. Matt's a good dude. It was kind of a boring season.
True.
But that After the Final Rose had me hooked. I was
in. Really great.
It was
Maybe I'll watch
so
next
good.
season.
The Bachelorettes are always better. I really recommend it. Okay, so now we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we have our Grammy competition winners.
We'll see how bad we did last week.
Yeah, I think I won. Let's see.
All right, we'll see you back there.
Hi everybody, my name is Emily Shooping. I'm your marketing coordinator for the Made in Oklahoma Coalition. I'm coming to you with an amazing opportunity. We are teaming up with the Ocali Media Group at Oklahoma State University. We want to tell your story on the following platforms: streaming, newspaper, and digital. This opportunity will not only allow your story to be told locally, but nationally as well. I am so excited for each of you to join in on this tremendous opportunity. This will not only be good for your business, but it will be good for our great state of Oklahoma. You can be expecting an email from me soon with more details about this opportunity. Local has a name, local has a face, local has a flavor. The Made in Oklahoma Coalition.
All right, welcome back to Full Disclosure After Hours. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Mckenzie.
And we're going to talk about our Grammy predictions that we had last week.
Yeah.
So we picked 7, I believe it was. 7 originally, and me and Kenzie both predicted which ones we're going to win. And now we're going to see how good we did last week.
Right. Okay, so starting with Record of the Year, I think we both said Say So by Doja Cat.
We did both say So by Doja Cat.
It was Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish.
Okay, I put her for Song of the Year.
Me too.
But she went Record of the Year, and I'm like, isn't that the same thing? Is that not the exact same thing?
Okay, so then after that was Album of the Year.
Right.
And what did you say?
I said Future Nostalgia, Dua Lipa.
And I said Folklore. And guess who won?
I mean, I'm not surprised by that one. That one was completely biased on my part. I just picked which album I really like. I'm just a huge Dua Lipa stan. I can't help myself.
Okay, so Song of the Year. What did you say?
I said Everything I Wanted, Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I think I did too.
Oh yes, my God, and we were wrong.
We were wrong. It was I Can't Breathe by her, which,
I
don't know that I know that one.
It's actually a really good song. I think I kind of just immediately went to Billie when I saw her name. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why.
I don't think, maybe I just wasn't paying attention when she was for Record of the Year. I'm not sure.
That's fair.
But Best New Artist, we both came out on top.
Yes, Megan Thee Stallion won Best New Artist.
Deserved.
We knew she was going to win that. And we had facts last week. You're like, oh my God, look at what she's been with. Look at who she's sang with. Look at the video she put out. There's no way she was going to lose.
Yeah, seriously. And then we had Best Pop Solo Performance.
Yep, put that up there.
We both said
we got it right.
Sugar, got it right.
King Harry himself.
Yeah.
Look at him. He also performed. We'll talk about that though.
Lily. Yeah. Okay. And then we had Best Pop Duo Group Performance.
Right. And I think we both got that one right too.
Yeah.
This one was also an obvious choice for me when I read the listing. I was just like,
I thought so. I mean, it was Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande.
And our last one was Best Pop Vocal Album.
Which Did you get this one right?
I did not get this one right.
Oh, dang it. I said folklore again.
Which...
I just picked folklore because I was like, it has to be, she either got album of the year or best pop vocal album. I knew it had to be one or the other, so I was just doing that for the statistics, obviously.
I mean, I picked Dua Lipa for album of the year, but she won best pop vocal album, which I guess
that seems to
makes
track.
more sense because, like, overall album versus pop vocal album, like, that adds up.
Yeah.
But I did put Fine Line Harry Styles just because
just
because I love
Kristen
him
has a bias.
unconditionally.
What can we say? I mean, obviously there were like so many more awards.
There was, of course, there's so many more awards.
We only had our best guesses for 7, but you know, Beyonce came out really good.
She really did. She looked great too.
Has she won the most Grammys of anyone?
How many?
Am I making that up? I don't know. A lot.
Last year, Billie Eilish won 5.
I think Beyonce has won the most. Beyonce, Grammys, how many?
How many?
Oh my God, wait. Nope. I need a number, not like a list.
Is it telling you like every single one that she's
there's 100 million. Oh wait, no.
goodness.
Some of them are nominees. But she's won, oh God, don't make me do math. A lot. So many. So many Grammys.
She looked so good last night. Or not last night.
Last night.
It's on Sunday. It's fully Wednesday today, but she looked really good on Sunday. But like a lot of the performances were really good too. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw Harry Styles perform, but that's all I can say. He sang Watermelon Sugar.
Was that it? Did they only get one song?
Sometimes people do like melodies because I know like Cardi B performed. I don't know if she
did. She perform with Megan?
Megan was there because they performed WAP and it has been getting some unwanted attention.
Unwanted.
People,
all press is good
there's
press.
like some people being like, "Oh my God, Auntie, on live television, they're acting like that." I'm like,
okay, but what if these oldies are watching the Grammys?
I don't know.
Because you know it's only old people that care about WAP.
Yeah, okay.
And probably like Ben Shapiro.
I bet Ben Shapiro does care about WAP.
He tweeted about The Bachelor. He did not like it.
The ending of it?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I could see him being like, you know, not for it.
Not for it.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. But there was like a lot of performances and there was like cute little places that they were at where I know like I saw Harry and Taylor, like they were sitting in like this outdoor setting kind of thing. And like they both were wearing masks that matched their outfits.
Yeah, a lot of masks.
We're matching the outfits.
Yeah, it was cool.
I liked it. Personally.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into more of the fashion in the next segment. But,
right.
I mean, as far as, like, nominees go, you know, Megan got Best Rap Performance for Savage. She got Best Rap Song for Savage.
I saw, like, multiple clips of her, like, winning stuff, and she's just like,
yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, girl.
Did you see when Billie won for Record of the Year, and she, like, dedicated it to Megan? She's like, girl, this was your award.
Oh my God, that's like when Adele won and she was like, this should be going to Beyonce. And she's
do you think that's like the trend? Like they kind of feel like they have to do that to like stay humble a little bit?
Maybe, or maybe they just genuinely
Megan
like,
probably
nope.
deserve it. That was like the biggest song. And I guess I don't really like notice like how like long. Okay, they have so long. Because like Yummy was on there. I didn't mean to hit my microphone, but
I saw that too.
That feels like
Yummy was
7
also
years ago.
nominated for one of the categories that we were like, oh, it was nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance, and I was like, that feels good.
That didn't have a chance in my mind.
Yeah, I was like, but who put Yummy by Justin Bieber on here? I'm like,
I mean, I didn't
not
even
that
like.
I'm trying to bash Justin Bieber,
No,
but
I mean,
I'm
it was
like,
a fine,
Grammy
it was a fine
nominated,
moment.
Maybe like Kids' Choice. I bet
I think
he
the
was
Kids'
on
Choice
Kids
Awards were
Kids'
recent.
Choice Awards were actually recent.
Yeah, why didn't we cover that?
The real awards.
The
real awards.
true awards.
The green slime
we could have,
everywhere.
Like, slimed each other.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Because I saw. No, I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna get into Kids' Choice Awards. I was about to be like, oh, you know who won for this category?
I saw James Charles won one.
But Beyonce won 4 awards. So her lifetime total is 28. Did you already say that? Yeah.
I did not say that.
Yeah, she now holds the record for most Grammy wins by a female artist. And her daughter won one too.
I think I did know that.
Yeah, Blue Ivy.
Look at you go.
She won her first Grammy. Can you imagine like what big of like my mom's Beyonce and I won my first Grammy when I was a child.
Think they care.
Yeah, that's true. But
I
to
think
me,
they're like. I think that they're. I read something about how they're like not into like award like the Academy like that because like it's pretty objective. Like who's the Academy
well, yeah,
to
because
say?
they wanted Beyonce to perform and she
was like,
said no. Because I saw like a article that was like, they were saying like, oh, you know, we're obviously disappointed that she doesn't want to perform at our show because she's one of our like biggest
did you see
contenders.
those like tweets about how her and like Jay-Z just like kind of snuck in and like they were like
No,
like
I
in
didn't
the back
see that.
they were just like randomly at a table and then the camera just like cut to them. I think everyone wants to see them there,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really think they're very into it as a couple.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of. I'm like looking at like all of the awards. She won she won Best R&B Performance for Black Parade. That was one of hers.
Mm-hmm. So if you're like, I should know more about this, but if you're like nominated with like, do Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga both get a Grammy?
I think they both get one because, I mean, if Blue Ivy Carter got one, I would assume that they would give Ariana and Lady Gaga one.
I just
each.
remembered when you
I
said
think-
that there's also like Beyonce has twins.
She does have like 3 kids.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I've like seen much about her twins.
celebrity kids. They really get me. Like,
They're so funny.
I know this is off topic, but like, did you see those like tweets from Kim Kardashian about the art that North is making?
Mm-mm.
Where she was like making these like super elaborate paintings. She's like, North is a star.
North is a prodigy.
It literally.
Look
was
at
like,
all this
art
stuff he's
prodigy,
doing.
Northwest.
I'm trying to think about 10,000 Hours by Dan and Shay won.
Yeah. So Justin Bieber, he's fine.
He's doing fine. He got his Grammy for his
doing
little
just okay.
feature.
You know, he's got his country song. I know Miranda Lambert won something. I think I liked her on Facebook when I was like 10 years old, so I still like keep up a little bit.
But yeah, so Mckenzie obviously won that one. But when we come back after this next commercial break, we're going to have Chase Congleton on so we can talk about
Yay!
Grammy's best and worst dress. So stay tuned.
Oh, there you go. Superstar.
The end of the practice is when we do all of our like intensity drills.
Okay.
She was going at
Yeah.
it.
Stop. If we get them to Detroit
Guys.
by, let's say like Monday the 15th. Time's right there. There we go. Yeah. Just, you can't.
Don't want to talk about it.
When you see the water tower, you're gonna make a right.
If we win this, this is the one way to get to the playoffs.
I know.
Okay, welcome back to another Full Disclosure After Hours. We're here with Chase Congleton.
Hey!
And we're talking Grammys fashion. If you don't remember when we talked about Golden Globes fashion, it's
Yeah,
kind of
so-
the same deal.
Yay.
All right.
So I'm thankful for you guys to invite me here.
Oh
and
my
do
gosh,
some
we're so
everything. I'm so
excited.
excited to be here.
Okay.
This is fashion genius. Fashion
Yeah.
icon, fashion one.
I just thrift my
We would
clothes,
only
y'all.
ask an expert.
So first we have Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
I'm obsessed with her.
I'm gonna put
Okay,
my
yeah.
score down.
What would you rate this out of 10?
Oh my gosh, I don't.
Write it on the board.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh,
I'm going to.
it's giving me Cher. Like it's giving me like retro Cher.
Okay. Reveal. I
did 12.
Okay.
score.
Hey, I
perfect.
would.
score.
Okay, fine. 100. There we go.
She's like, I didn't know
She looked good.
She did look good. I loved
That
that.
performance
It
was
was
really-
very
Her
flattering.
performance was really good
Dua
too.
Lipa is my queen.
Queen.
I thought she was gonna win everything.
Yeah, Kristen was like,
I was kind of sad, but I'm glad she lost. If she had to lose one album, it had to be Folklore. I'm glad.
yeah, I love
Yeah.
folklore. We talked about
Folklore,
this
of course,
last
was gonna
time.
dominate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it was a
digress.
cultural
Don't
reset,
start
Kristen.
now.
So we had to.
I will say thank you, Dua Lipa, for your workout songs. So like,
True. Should be a great Peloton song.
yeah.
So next up we have Lizzo. See,
Oh.
this is
See, I love Lizzo, and she looks great in that dress, but I'm not a huge fan of the dress, to be honest.
to me it reminds me of like
I'm getting
a bridesmaid.
yeah.
It's too short.
You think it's too?
I was
short?
thinking like a little.
You think Grammys is a little more formal?
I was thinking like Little Mermaid almost.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, I have
it makes me want to be it makes me want her to be Ursula. So I have
Yeah.
my score.
I have a 5.
I give
I
her.
put a 6.
I put a 7.
Okay.
It's like she doesn't look bad.
She looks good as hell.
Beautiful.
She's good as hell.
It's just like
I don't
it
like
felt like
Yeah.
Okay.
it felt like not a Grammy dress to me.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a homecoming maybe.
What
Or
do you think is the most
after
formal
party dress.
awards show? Do you think it's the
Oscars.
Oscars?
Academy Awards, yeah.
can't be the
or
Tonys.
the White House Correspondents' Dinner, maybe. Is that an award
Is that
show?
an award show?
I don't know.
Like a
they are
politics award show?
when they roast the president. I love it.
Yeah.
Like-
We'll do that one next. Okay, so
All right,
next
now
we have our queen,
Meg.
Megan.
I think I was gonna say Beyonce. I was like, our queen.
Well, Beyonce is on the screen.
Okay,
go
but
with
Megan.
Megan.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Wait. I gotta factor in everything. I gotta say everything.
Really? I love the jewelry to start.
Okay.
I have a
ready?
10.
Yeah. The dress is a
put
9,
it
but
an
the jewelry is a
8.
10 for me.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
it adds a lot.
It's the jewelry. I didn't even like.
Just
it's
the
like really what
dress,
I see.
probably an 8 or a 9, but the jewelry in
The
addition to
accessories.
I
it,
was just going with the dress.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The whole,
beautiful
you have to think about the
dress.
look,
the
Kristen.
entire. You know.
It did remind me of Kids' Choice Awards. I was watching it and I was
Really?
like, oh
I was
Okay, so,
thinking.
like,
I was
orange
thinking Go
for
Pokes like
Nickelodeon.
OCO. Like.
she looked beautiful though.
Oh yeah, she
Miss Megan.
stunning.
She looks so good.
Amazing. Next we have T Swift, Miss Taylor.
Okay.
I've heard mixed reviews about this, but I am a fan. I'll be real.
I think the mask makes it for me. Like the mask has to be in it with it.
It's cool. So
I'm gonna give her a 9.
I also
have
gave a 9.
I put a 7.
That's
Kristen's
fine.
a Taylor Swift hater.
No, it's not even because of that.
It's because you're
Just, like,
salty because it's Dua Lipa losing.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe Dua Lipa had a better outfit. The Academy believes Taylor Swift had a better album.
Well, as long as we can all agree that Miss Dua looked great.
She looked great. Is that her actual
Amazing.
name? Dua?
Yeah, I think maybe.
She's British. They got
Really?
interesting names sometimes.
I don't think I've ever heard her speak.
I'm gonna look it up.
She's like Albanian, right? I think I heard like she's from like her family's from Albania, maybe.
Let me look it up.
Okay, wait.
Interesting history. Interesting history. Okay.
Who's next?
Next we have Billie.
Billie Eilish. Okay.
Yes.
I do. Okay, so that
It's
outfit.
very Billie.
It's very Billie. It looks good on her. It would not look good on anyone else.
No one else
though.
could make that work.
So just by the outfit itself, I'm gonna give it its score. But
I like
I
the
think
mask.
she looks great, and the wig's great too.
Is it a wig?
It's not her real hair. No.
Oh, because she's
It's her-
blonde now.
It's she dyed it blonde. So that's actually a wig right there.
Oh my god.
So
I gave it an 8.
I'm at 6.
Give it a 7.
I liked it. I thought she looked good. She looked very Billie.
Yeah, yeah.
Her little
Yeah.
headpiece on top of her
Wow, I
head
had no idea that was
so
a wig.
cute.
I saw that she was blonde, but I was like,
She's, like,
dang, she's really
blonde,
killing her hair,
blonde.
Yeah.
isn't she?
No, she looked. Yeah.
I just thought
she like got a wig made.
The bucket
that
hat's
her,
really
like,
cool too.
That's funny.
She is
Yeah,
bucket
the bucket
hat.
hat
I
was
rate it too
cool.
low. I'll give it a 7.
A 7. Thinking about it again.
I'm just trying to be more critical here.
Okay, next we have Phoebe Bridgers.
Okay, I could be kind of critical with. Oh,
Actually, we have Beyonce.
that's Beyonce. We're gonna do
So
Beyonce.
We're gonna do Beyonce,
Okay.
actually.
Dang.
Well, she.
I'll-
Okay, did you not see those tweets that are like she looks like she was like on her way in from another event, like she just like kind of stopped in.
She's like, oh, you guys are
She's
having
like,
the
"Oh, the
Grammys
Grammys are tonight? I'll
Let
stop
me go
by."
ahead and we'll swing by.
All right, I have my score.
Okay, I gave it 10 because
I-
what can you rate?
Mine says countdown 10 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I
just
mean,
listening to that.
this is the first time I've seen Beyonce, and I think, okay, this is a legend. This isn't like an artist. This is not like an icon. This
Yeah.
is a legend right here. She looked like she's in the next stage of her life. She turns 40 this year.
No way.
I
She literally looks younger than me.
I remember when she like turned 30, it was like a big
believe
deal almost because she had her kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now she's almost 40. That's
Great
crazy.
having 2 kids.
She's
3
three.
kids. 3 kids.
3. Oh
Two
my God, you're
pregnancies,
right.
though,
We
so.
just talked about how we can't remember.
That
her
pregnancy,
twins.
that second pregnancy was rough for her too.
I didn't know that.
Oh, she got preeclampsia. It was really bad. She revealed that in her homecoming documentary. Like it was really bad, but she
awful.
yeah, she's here though, so we're good.
Okay. Next, we have, I believe, Phoebe Bridgers. Yes.
Phoebe
okay.
Bridgers.
This.
I'm
Makes me
honestly not a fan of the side part, but the dress is
Side part.
this. I mean, it makes her look.
Is she doing that like?
I just feel like
TikTok
she
thing
looks
where
older.
millennials-
You
yeah.
know, She looks like she's.
does.
Oh my gosh,
Isn't
I've
she in
seen
her
so many
20s?
TikToks where it's
Oh,
Look,
I give it 4.
Gen Z.
I'm gonna say
Fucking
okay. I'm gonna
hats.
say 7 because it's with the
I
theme
did
of the
7.
album.
Mhm.
Because I do like that album, and I like that she went with it.
It's different. Like you don't see many people wearing.
It was
their, like,
it was just so
little
Halloween to
skeleton.
me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's so Halloween.
You're like,
And we're in
it's
March. Why
Yeah.
did you wear a St. Patrick's Day dress? Kristen is
Girl.
roasting
You wear
me
green.
because I
Girl.
can wear green
Yeah,
today. I knew if I
yeah.
said something.
I was gonna
Kristen
say.
would something.
I decorated for us. And you're wearing orange.
Okay.
Even I came out. I'm the guest over here with the little
I went
dark
on
green. You
Okay,
know,
well,
I'm wearing green underwear.
I still
can't show
won
y'all
the
that.
Grammys, so okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so next we have.
Oh no, she looks gorgeous.
Yeah, this is,
Jenny
breath
Aiko.
away.
this is
I.
very formal. More formal than others that we've seen.
She thought she was going to the Oscars.
She's like, oh, I wasn't invited to the Oscars,
It like
so I'm gonna take
it
my
feels like
Oscars
a
dress
fairy
to the
tale
Grammys.
princess. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm
The
giving her.
texture?
I'm giving her my 12. I feel like. I think she
I'm
deserves my
giving
12.
Giving her a 10.
It looked. The color was
She
great
is
on
just-
her.
That literally just she popped out on the screen and took my breath away. So I'm like, how
You're
can
like-
I not give her a 10 after
It's
that?
like
No, yeah, it was so good.
I'm kind of sad. I don't think she won anything for her album. Chilombo.
Oh,
I don't know that she.
She
did.
does. I think she deserved. I think her and Chloe and Halle were kind of robbed, but I get it. There's not enough awards for everybody, so
yeah.
Yeah,
they had
seriously.
some stiff competition this year.
There's
So
like a
She
lot
did
of
not
people
win
in each
Progressive
category.
R&B.
I'd be like,
I didn't hate the winners this year either. I was like, these are actually kind
No.
of fair. Like
No, did you see how like salty Zayn was that he wasn't nominated?
honestly
She's
though,
like,
yeah.
But like, why would he?
I defend Zayn. I think Zayn's cool.
His music's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
But he
Wait,
was
who's
like,
next?
we're not. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
He
yeah.
was so dramatic on Twitter. Next is Doja Cat.
No.
I need to see
I
Doja Cat.
already remember this. No. I'm sorry. I'm just straight up giving her a 1. Like I
gave
can't.
a 4.
It's so bad.
I gave her a sympathy
It's-
4 because it's really
no.
a 3 in my mind.
No.
I know.
It's like okay.
I
like,
bet she had such good intentions. Like she was like, so
Do you see like she's super controversial? Like
She in that look reminds me of like Shigo from Kim Possible.
but no, don't do
Wait,
Shigo
but
like that.
Shigo looks good.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
she's
about
true.
Shigo
But
wears
it's
a
like
good
the color
outfit.
scheme, I
Yeah.
think.
No,
I
she
feel
looks like she
like
got.
that
She looks like she
she's,
just came out of the ocean with seaweed all over
I
her.
know that she like isn't her next album kind of like weird space
Darker themed.
I've
don't know.
seen like her on the cover of like a
I just saw the video for Streets though. It's pretty cool.
yeah. Maybe she was trying to match like
I
how
don't know.
weird her cover art is for her next album.
Well,
But
she
it
missed the
was
mark
a
for me.
choice. It
So
was a choice.
it was
Well, you need to
definitely.
keep going.
Beautiful.
Oh
running out
yeah.
of time.
I mean, oh,
So next up we have Harry.
Okay, well,
I have my opinions already.
wait, there's
No,
split. There's
that's too off.
split.
I'm judging the one in the middle, hardcore. You don't just show up on red carpet looking like that. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is what I think
3.
we needed like a dress code, like a casual or formal.
That is
because-
Ashley Tisdale. Just because you have a crush.
Oh my
That
God,
is
you're
Ashley
so
Tisdale.
right. I
You
never-
cannot judge it.
I
You
give a
cannot
6.
give that a 6.
I thought his
I-
performance outfit was
I put
better.
a
Oh,
5 for
yeah.
the sweaterverse and a 10 for the performance outfit.
Okay.
because
Okay.
it was
Yeah, I'll give
killing
7
me.
for the performance one.
The
As
performance outfit-
hotter.
A 7.
I'm being rough here. I got high standards for
7?
Harry Styles here. Okay. You're the
Yeah,
only
I
man.
have
You're the
seen
only
him.
male. You're one of
I
the
have
only
seen him
male
in more like extravagant
artists.
outfits that he
Yeah.
probably could have put
You're
on
like one of the
this.
female artists, and you walk up with a yellow plaid. That no.
The yellow
get
plaid,
get that
the
out of my
striped
sight.
sweater,
No.
like the boa.
Absolutely
It was
not.
crazy.
That's Ashley
But-
Tisdale 2004.
And then last we
It still
have
was.
Miss Noah Cyrus.
Noah Cyrus. I have feelings.
I have.
I have-
Feelings.
That's how I look when I get out of bed on my Zoom call.
That's
Literally.
Like,
We're like when you're holding the computer. It looks like
yeah,
she-
no,
she's
girl.
laying in
I'm
bed.
sorry. It's like an angelic look, but it's just like the sculptor isn't done sculpting the object, so it just
Yeah.
kind of gives off. I think it's
If
worse
it
than
didn't
Harry, to be
have
honest.
the cape,
I put a 6.
I put a 2.
2, yeah, 2.
Oh, I
was-
like the
I
dress
love Noah
without
too.
the like.
Yeah,
The
if it were
fufu,
just
yeah.
the dress,
If
but
it
it
was
would be very
literally
classy.
in bed sheet right now.
Yeah, I
She's
was like, if I was
trying to
gonna,
do your
if
my
I was,
phone about
yeah,
me.
you're the hotel bed sheets I steal, you know, like.
Because I shoved in my bag. to take
No,
home.
yeah.
Exactly.
I was confused why she was nominated for Best New
New
Artist because I feel
She's
like she's
been a-
been on the scene for a while.
And I feel like this isn't really a breakout year for her, to be honest,
she
compared to
had,
other
like-
years.
She had a good album.
I will say I started to listen to her last year.
I'm familiar with the works, but I know like the "Make Me Cry" song came out like 3 or 4
Yeah,
years
no.
ago.
But she got really like July was a big hit for her.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
No, and also just a lot of
Lonely,
other
Lonely
artists.
was good.
I
A
was still
lot of
shocked
the,
that Megan was nominated.
a
I
lot
mean,
of
I'm
the
glad
best
she
new artists
won.
were,
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad she
really-
won.
I think she had a big year.
She had a really big year.
So I guess that's kind of like
Yeah.
To think that Noah Cyrus would have beat Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat, I'm like,
No, I would rather had Phoebe Bridgers if that was gonna happen.
she
You know.
probably like saw what she was like going up against and was like, oh, so I'm just gonna.
she's
show
like,
up just to show up.
I'll just wear some comfies, you know.
She's like, oh, I'm gonna come in my PJs.
She's like, can't win, can't, you know. So I'll just
Can't win,
go
win
whatever.
some, lose some.
I would
Yeah.
love if she did come out with something new. I've been very into her lately. Her and
She's
Miley.
really good.
I like can't stop listening to her and Miley this week. I don't know. what's going
Miley,
on.
like I love her. I love how like her style's always so different.
Yeah.
You know, with every single album, there's a specific one that we can.
It's an era.
I love bangers, and I love
Yeah.
the new one that came out, Plastic Hearts.
Good. I'll say
I
it. I'll say it.
And I love She's Coming. I like the whole like, oh, my freedom. She's powerful.
Miley's-
And then obviously like the Younger Now. I loved that.
I like Malibu and Younger. I like the singles. I think
Malibu was like one of my favorite songs the year that it came out.
that's my post-depression song. You know, when I like have a really good cry.
theme
I'm
song.
like, yeah, I'm like just dancing. Like I like.
To me, that's
Stop
such like
crying,
a
you're like,
drive
I'm over
song.
that.
Like you're like windows down, sunset. It's got the same vibes as like Golden for me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? When you're like, oh, this would be perfect with a sunset and my
Right.
windows down in my car,
That's true.
driving in the back roads wherever you are. I don't know.
All right, well, thank you, Chase, for coming.
Yes,
and
for having me.
So
Yeah.
exciting.
Thank
Next time you have any
you.
award show, you know you'll be the first
Yeah.
one.
Oh.
Oscars,
Look out.
you're
Thanks.
coming. Kids Choice Awards, you'll be here.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, and we'll be back right back after this.
Welcome back to Full Disclosure. I'm Mckenzie.
And I'm Kristen.
And this year, Kristen and I are going on a new adventure of
Into
creating
college basketball.
Yeah, we've created our own March Madness brackets, and we each have a consultant.
little coach for us.
Yeah, so we created our brackets, and then we had our consultants tell us how we're gonna do.
And you're about to see that right now.
Yeah, we have it for you now. Okay, welcome back to Full Disclosure After Hours. I'm Mckenzie here with Parker Terrell, and we're going to go over my March Madness bracket. So let's get started. I've brought Parker here to tell me how far I will be getting.
Well, right off the bat, thanks for letting me on. Thanks for having me talk about this bracket. I'm excited. Last year, the brackets got taken away from us, so
Yeah.
I'm so happy that this year.
I have honestly no idea how college basketball works, so
That's okay.
if you would have told me March Madness existed last year, I would believe it.
You and Kristen both probably have a way better chance of getting these right than people like Chris and I, who like study over it. We work out the BPI and everything. Usually the people that I know that just have no idea and fill out a bracket, they always do better than me.
I like to hear that.
So start off, in the Western bracket. So up here, that's where the number 1 overall seed Gonzaga is at.
Yeah.
And I really like what you did in this region. I think you did have Kansas coming out, which that's kind of an upset. But Kansas, of course, has a great history in the NCAA tournament. They're coached by a Hall of Famer in Bill Self, and I mean, it's a little crazy.
It's a little crazy.
You picked Creighton to beat Gonzaga in the Elite Eight.
If I'm being completely honest, I have never heard of Creighton as a school.
That's okay. Creighton is in Nebraska. They have a good history in the tournament as well. Former Oklahoma State coach Eddie Sutton got his start at Creighton, actually.
Interesting.
So picking Creighton to beat Gonzaga is a little scary, but I will say Gonzaga has historically underperformed in the tournament. Yes, this year they're the number 1 overall seed and they're undefeated going in, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take an early exit.
I don't believe that they can win it.
Okay.
I know they're good, but
the favorite hardly ever wins. I will say that. 2 years ago,
they've got a target on their back. People want to beat them.
Absolutely, and the NCAA tournament is so unique because it's you're trying to go 1-0. You're playing one game and trying to beat the other team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you did in the previous game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you did in the regular season.
So, like, is it single elimination?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're out. They're out.
Yep, and they're not coming back. So to pick Kansas to come out, that's a great representation of the Big 12.
Woo!
And Kansas, I think, is going to be hungry. I think they were playing as well as anybody before COVID forced them out of the Big 12 tournament.
Right.
And if they get COVID under control and they're ready to go, I think they could make a run for sure. I actually know somebody who picked them to win the whole thing.
Wait, Kansas?
Yes, Kansas. So moving down now to the Eastern bracket here.
Okay.
I really, really like what you did here.
Really?
Picking Abilene Christian to upset Texas is something that maybe I don't technically.
Okay.
I think that's kind of crazy. But I looked on ESPN right before we got on here, and Abilene Christian over Texas is actually one of the top picked upsets.
Okay, so I'm taking a risk.
Percentage-wise. Yeah.
Taking a good risk.
And not only do you have them to beat Texas, but also to upset BYU in the next round, and then you have them playing UConn in the Sweet 16. That's an interesting run. Do you have a reasoning behind why you liked Abilene Christian?
No, to be honest,
Okay.
no. I just was
I
like,
think
sure.
they're the Cougars is their mascot. So
Is that in Texas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Abilene Christian is in Texas, so it is going to be a matchup, of course, in the first round with another Texas team, and you could see Texas maybe having a letdown game after they beat OSU in the Big 12 tournament championship final.
I have this feeling that Texas is just going to be really bad.
Hey, that it's happened before. It can certainly happen again. Moving on now, Florida State and UConn to take this bracket. That's actually who I had in my bracket to go to the Elite Eight. I think Michigan is the number 1 seed in this region. They're dealing with a lot of injuries right now. They're the worst 1 seed out of all 4. So
this is the worst quadrant, right?
Yes. So in terms of the 1 seed, so that means that there's the best 2 sead is in this region. That's how it works.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I know nothing.
So to pick Florida State to beat Michigan, I think is a great pick. I love Florida State. They have a ton of depth. And last year they were one of the best teams in the country. Of course, COVID shut it down, so they're going to be hungry to try to get back to the Final Four this season. Abilene Christian over UConn. UConn, who, as you can see, you have going all the way to the championship game. UConn, historically in the NCAA tournament, has started out as a low seed and has worked their way into the championship and winning the whole thing.
Okay.
UConn,
sweet.
Of any team in the bracket, UConn has the best reputation of being a low seed and going and winning the whole thing. So for you to pick them to make the Final Four and the championship, I think is an awesome pick. They're led by a guy named James Bouknight, who without him this season, I believe they were 4-9, but with him this season in the last month or so, they're like 14-1, and he is back and totally healthy. So I love that pick coming out of the Eastern region.
I love it too.
Moving now over to the other side of the bracket, we'll start now with the South. This is where I have a lot of problems.
Oh, no.
Baylor, I get where you really like that OSU upset Baylor just a couple of days ago.
Okay, to be honest, I didn't know that we beat them.
Oh, okay. So you just didn't like Baylor.
I guess not.
Okay, well, hey, at least you picked a team in Wisconsin to upset them early in the second round. Wisconsin does have a good history in the tournament. This year's team is not as strong as the last few years' teams, but If you're going to pick a team to beat Baylor, to beat the second best 1 seed, I think Wisconsin's not a bad pick.
Okay, sweet.
Moving on, though, you love Wisconsin. Moving forward to
Apparently.
beat Villanova, who was Kristen's pick to go to the national
Yeah.
championship. And then you have them going all the way to the Elite Eight to face Ohio State, where they eventually did lose. I like the pick of Ohio State.
Okay.
They're the number 2 seed in this
Good.
region. They have a ton of depth, and they played really well in what many perceive as the best conference in the Big Ten. So I like that, but I don't know if I agree a whole lot with Baylor losing in the second round. But hey, it could happen. It's happened before.
Maybe they'll be tired.
Maybe
they'll be sleepy.
Wisconsin just has a crazy run.
Maybe they're really excited.
They have before in the tournament, and so. But I like the pick of Ohio State to make the Final Four. Moving down to Oklahoma State's bracket, the Midwest. You do have Illinois coming out, and then, of course, you pick Illinois to win the whole thing. I agree with every single one of these picks, except for maybe Rutgers beating Houston. I agree with every single thing.
Okay.
And I have Illinois coming out of this bracket as well. I
Oh my
love
gosh.
Illinois. Do you have any? So your Final Four: Kansas, UConn, Ohio State, Illinois. You then have UConn advancing to play Illinois, and then you have Illinois winning. That's a great pick. So many people are picking Illinois to win.
Oh my gosh.
They have Ayu Dosunmu, who is perceived as the national player of the year. They have a really good center in Kofi Coburn. I would say that other than Gonzaga, Illinois is the #1 pick by most people to win. So that's a great pick, and that would be an awesome championship game between an underdog UConn team and the favorite in Illinois.
Okay, well, I'm excited to see it. This made me feel a lot better about my picks. Me picking with no context, no background information on any of these teams. So let's hope Illinois wins it all, and then I can win. And let's take a look now at Kristen's bracket.
All right, everybody. So we just saw Mackenzie's bracket with Parker, and I did my own bracket, and my coach here, Chris Notch, is going to tell me where I went wrong. But it's okay.
We'll call it the yay or nay.
Okay.
Okay, the yay or nay. So we're taking a look here, right, at your West region. I'm already getting regions mixed up. So overall, not too bad. I didn't see anything where I was like, ooh, this is a concern. If anything, I'm more curious. When you did these selections, at least in this bracket, like Virginia, for instance, you have Virginia going to the Sweet 16. Any reason for that, or was this more of a, okay, we're good to go?
Well, I picked Creighton over UCSB, mostly because that one I had no idea what either one of them was, and I was like, this one sounds good. But then I was like, Virginia, that sounds like something more people would know about. So
it's like a popularity of what you've heard.
I did that, and like if I couldn't decide, I would look at their rankings and be like, they're a little bit higher. So Virginia was 4 and Creighton says 5, so I picked Virginia.
Fair enough. Well, now let's go here down to the East bracket, bottom left.
Got it.
Again, I am surprised, I will admit, that you have BYU going as far as you do. BYU, I think, is going to be an underdog. Don't get me wrong. Brendan Averett, former OSU player, is actually on that team, along with Matt Harms, former Purdue standout. So I'm intrigued on this side of the bracket. I will say, lot could happen here, but you never know. So not a lot here. I don't have a lot of questions. I think we're okay on that side. But Midwest here, bottom right. Okay, your Midwest region. Now, overall, I don't see a lot of issues. I do agree. I think if Illinois and Oklahoma State do play, I do think you're right. Illinois, I think, is going to. They are the better team. I think they will succeed in that.
I like Oklahoma State because go Pokes.
Go Pokes. But Syracuse really grabbed my attention because the Orange, they're okay. I believe they're 16-7 if I'm not mistaken, something like that. But you have them defeating Bob Huggins in West Virginia, who's a pretty good team. So
I don't even know.
I'm curious. You got Syracuse. Any reason being?
Syracuse. I feel like I've heard about their basketball team before. So if I literally know nothing about basketball. So if I've heard of someone doing good, then I'm like, that must be good. Like West Virginia, I couldn't even tell you what their mascot is.
It's Mountaineers.
Mountaineers.
It's okay. No worries.
But
Syracuse. We'll spend the last little bit here going up in your South region.
You about to roast
top
my
right.
South region?
I don't want to say roast.
Okay.
But the fact that you have Villanova going all of the way. Like, this is going to be, if you get this correct, you're going to look like another genius.
Would you freak out?
Yeah. If they got that far, I think a lot of people would freak out.
I'm like, dang, I had them literally all the way to the
Yeah, because, well, they lost their star player to ACL injury.
Right.
So he's out for the year. And I don't know if they've really got what it takes. They maybe could take on Purdue, but Baylor, I don't see them having a chance.
Okay, but we just beat Baylor.
Right, but
So-
Villanova is not us, and we're not Villanova.
That's true. That's true. I guess I don't really know much about that. They're 5th.
Yeah, but even rankings like
We're
that.
4th? Okay.
Yes, and
Maybe
there's a
that
lot of
was-
debate on that. Of
Okay.
we are definitely underseeded. We should have been probably for sure a 3 seed. So there's a lot of gripe with that as well. But to me, the Villanova one, when I looked at this, I was like, okay, either
know
you know
what?
something we don't,
Maybe I'm just
or
psychic.
hey, like I said, if you get this correct,
I would freak out.
you'll freak out.
I'm like,
You-
maybe I should submit it to like the NBA one.
Yeah,
See what
ESPN,
happens.
you could easily do that. Heck, I will say, if they end up going all the way, your bracket's probably going to be the one that wins the tournament, because I
I don't know
don't.
why I'm yelling like this is happening.
Yeah, you never know. But I also could see maybe Villanova loses in the first game, and then your bracket's just
good,
done.
good. Over Purdue, you think?
no. Well,
Or
they
no,
might lose to
over
Winthrop.
Winthrop? Who
Winthrop's
is that?
23-1. I know I forget what conference they're from, but
Where's
not to
their
say.
school?
Winthrop, you're putting me on the spot now. I don't even know.
I'm like,
We'll just have to fact check that one at some point. But
is Texas Tech any good?
they're an underdog. I mean,
You think Arkansas will beat Tech?
I think Arkansas could, yes, especially if the team has been on a roll. I mean, to be fair, we beat Arkansas. We've also we've swept Texas Tech. So
Oh, yeah, we're so good.
I mean,
We're
if you're comparing
so
them to
good.
us, I mean, yeah,
Maybe
I think
should have
Arkansas
Oklahoma
could.
State at the final.
Yeah, I am kind of surprised you didn't.
I
'Cause a
wanted
lot
to
of
have them
people
a
do.
little bit, so I put them over Tennessee, but then it went to Illinois, and I was like, no way we make it that far.
Hey, it's fair enough. Plus, there's the storyline, of course, with Illinois being Brad Underwood, former OSU head coach, who was here for a year, then up and bailed and went to Illinois. So there's a storyline there if we end up getting past Liberty in the first round, then either Tennessee or Oregon State, who was the Pac-12 champ. So
Oh, wow. One time I went to the head basketball coach's house. Well, I saw it. Had a basketball on the door. Pretty cool. Like a steel basketball.
we're talking Underwood's or Boynton's house?
It was empty, so.
Like recently? Is this like some
it
recent
was
thing you're saying?
in this really nice neighborhood, probably over the summer.
Like, over the summer? So
Yeah.
it's probably Boynton's if it was
Yeah.
a basketball coach's house. If it was.
But yeah, unrelated.
Yeah, but that otherwise, I think your bracket's pretty good, especially on the left side. This whole left side is good.
Okay.
It's the right side that either you're going to crash or burn with it, or you're going to rise above everyone else.
Well, when you see Gonzaga and Villanova in the final two,
You'll have proved me wrong,
Me.
and you'll prove everyone else in this world wrong.
I don't even know who Gonzaga is. I don't even know where they are.
Gonzaga's undefeated though, so
I heard they were good.
you have that,
They had a one
but-
by their name, so I was like, sounds good.
Cool.
Villanova
But yeah,
also has fun.
that's my thoughts on your bracket.
Cool. Well, thank you for seeing me crash and burn in the top right, but everywhere else being good. We'll come back after this.
Hi, I'm Will Joyce, the Mayor of Stillwater. As mayor, it's my responsibility to help develop plans for a variety of resident needs, including roads, emergency services, and utilities. Some of those services are paid for with federal money that the government distributes to states and communities based on Census Bureau data. This is your tax money coming back to our community, but if you or your household aren't counted, we lose nearly $1,200 per person to places like Texas, Kansas, and Arkansas. So help bring that money back to local communities by filling out the 2020 census. This year, it's easy to do. You will receive a postcard in March 2020 with a unique code for your address. Using that code, simply go online, call, or request a paper copy of the census and fill it out. I want to make sure that you and your whole household are counted in the 2020 census. It's important not just to Stillwater, but to all of Payne County.
All right, welcome back. We're going to jump into our last segment. As you guys remember, last week we started a new segment called Mckenzie Meets Marvel, where she watched her very first Marvel movie, which was Civil War. And today she watched Thor.
Yeah, Kristen just found out.
I actually did not know which one it was going to be this time.
Yeah, we kept it a surprise from her this time.
I'm so curious to know your thoughts on this movie.
So I think this first note might actually offend you, since I learned earlier in the show that you're from New Mexico, but I kind of forgot that New Mexico was actually a place. Oh, okay. My first note was New Mexico literally cannot be real.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Fake. Conspiracy theory.
It's a conspiracy state. Yeah, so didn't realize you were from New Mexico. I've learned a lot of, you're from New Mexico. This this movie was in New Mexico, and then they're filming The Bachelorette in New Mexico.
And you're telling me
this
it's
is
not
a
real.
Sign. Apparently.
You have to go, apparently. But, okay, so what are your final thoughts? Or first thoughts? You didn't like the Thor movie?
No. Thor?
Oh, gosh. Okay, I will say the first two Thor movies are only okay, in my own personal opinion. The third Thor movie is like one of the best Marvel movies.
I just had a lot of questions.
Okay, what's your question?
Well, first of all, Natalie Portman.
Mm-hmm.
That was Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
That was the coolest part of the movie.
Miss Jane.
Yeah, I didn't realize her name was Jane.
So she makes
I turned on the subtitles for like the last 30 minutes of the movie, and I think I learned more with the subtitles on than I learned in the entire.
Sometimes it's a lot to like try and like comprehend everything they're just like saying at you.
So,
yes, that's Natalie Portman, and then you have Darcy right there with Miss Portman. She's like a astrophysicist, basically.
Thor is an alien.
I mean, yeah, technically he's from a different planet.
So he's not human?
He's like a god. He's like the god of thunder.
So no. Why does he have like an Australian accent if he is not from Australia, technically?
You see, I don't really know because like they all technically have accents. They all kind of sound the same. Like
not really.
Oh, okay.
No. I just watched it, so
like they all have accents. Like none of them sound
I thought
American.
Okay, so who are those like 4 people that like followed him around?
Like his gang?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like
the girl didn't have an Australian accent.
No.
So that's why I'm confused.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they grew up differently. Maybe
they grew up on different parts of the
he's
planet.
Such like royalty. They were like, oh, we need a little spice. We need to make him sound.
Did his brother have an Australian accent?
He has a British accent.
Well, those aren't the same place.
Listen, Mckenzie, didn't you watch the movie? You know they're not related by blood.
But still, accent does not. If I grew up in England, even though I was born in America, I would have a British accent.
Right.
So if he
grew on Asgard.
If his dad stole him from the Frost place when he was a baby and raised him as his own, he would have the same Australian accent as Thor.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
But that was your takeaway? Is that he had an Australian accent?
I was just thinking about that because I'm like, first of all, aliens don't come from Australia.
Obviously not. They do.
Unless I've never been to Australia.
Can't confirm if there's aliens there. But yeah. What else did you think about it?
I figured out pretty early on that Thor's brother is not a good dude.
He's like...
I specifically said, is Thor's brother going to be a bad guy?
He has like a really weird character arc.
Yeah.
He comes back.
He was weird. I could not figure out his intentions at all.
He was like fine at first, and then he like went a little crazy.
He looks like the evil twin.
He's actually... I don't know if this is a spoiler, but he's like one of like... the main villains in the first Avengers movie. Like he's
I don't feel like that's a spoiler.
He's like be big play.
Villains
like,
got a bill, you know?
Big play of him in Avengers 1. But the Thor movies, okay, I go back and forth with the Thor movies because I don't hate them, obviously, because I like all of the Marvel movies. But they're just like, the first two are a little bit boring. They're a little boring. I'll say it.
Ooh,
But the third Thor, I can't believe you don't even want to watch the third Thor. Thor Ragnarok is the superior Thor movie. It's like one of the best Marvel movies. Do you like Thor?
No.
You just don't like him?
Lights on, nobody's home.
Yeah, you're like, oh, he's not the smartest guy.
No, Thor love war. That's all I gathered.
Thor love war.
Yeah.
Well, I know in like the first one, he like doesn't really have like regard for other people. He's just like, you know what? I am great. I'm strong.
What are these frost guys?
They're just like, they like have like
Aliens.
a peace treaty with like the frost giants.
They don't seem very peaceful.
Well, yeah. Well, they're bad guys.
They're bad guys. But like, so Loki is one of them.
Yeah, he like.
So how can
was a
he
child
like
there.
switch? You know, like I didn't get that. Like he's not like a half breed, so why can he
Like,
go
why
back
is he
and
not
forth?
blue?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. He's like the god of mischief, so he can like change his form.
way.
Yeah, he can like turn himself into like anybody. Like there is a part in.
But he wouldn't have always known how to like that he needed to do that.
No, he just kind of like learned it. Trickster. It was like a lot of like when they were younger,
Marvel,
he like did a lot
you
of
have
tricks.
to explain things to me.
And
I'm not
Mackenzie's
going to
like
read the comic books.
She's like magic.
Magic fake. New Mexico fake.
New Mexico is real, Mackenzie.
Okay, I have also a lot of questions about this hammer.
Mjolnir. That's
Okay.
its name.
Okay.
Its name is Mjolnir.
Why does only Thor get to use it?
Okay, so technically the hammer can be picked up by anyone who is like truly worthy.
Why is Thor worthy? He's pretty dumb.
He's just a good guy.
Okay.
Well, he like got banished from
Yeah.
like the first movie because he was being like
You remember,
not a great guy.
Remember in Xenon, like that Disney movie when she got grounded? Mm-hmm. That was like Thor. He got grounded to Earth.
He like got grounded and then he like found his hammer and he's like, let me just take it.
But
And
he couldn't pick it up.
because he was like deemed not worthy anymore.
Because his dad whispered to it.
His dad's like, you better not let this man pick this up.
He was like,
And Mjolnir said,
isn't worthy.
aye, Captain. I will
What
stay in a
changed?
rock. But he was able to pick it up. It's just people are able to pick it up if they're like truly worthy. Like the hammer itself is like a test if you're truly worthy or not.
So, if Thor is like thousands of years old,
Right.
why does he think it's appropriate to date Natalie Portman?
She's pretty.
Because she's like a baby in
pretty
comparison.
and she's smart and he likes her
You know,
a
if
lot.
he's okay, this also makes me mad then. Thor himbo. Because if he's thousands of years old and still trying to go to war like that,
Listen.
he needs a few more thousand years.
Men are going to want to fight, you know? Warrior men in specifics are going to want to fight. This man has a literal hammer. You tell me he's not going to want to go around and smash stuff around?
Okay,
Gets
also
better in the other movies.
I don't understand. I think I don't get why all of these dudes' accessories are like boomerangs.
They have to come back somehow, or else it would just, the movie would be like, okay, he'd like throw it and be like, hold on, I gotta go get that. BRB. Let me.
But it would be so much more
He just like
realistic.
runs out of frame.
Hammers
He's
do
like-
not come back once you throw them. They don't.
Well, that one's like attracted to his hand. Like if he went like this and it was way, way far away, it would come to him.
No, that does not make sense.
Mackenzie.
No, hammers are heavy. They're too heavy to like come at you.
Well, it's.
But the shield too.
The shield. Okay, yeah, that one's questionable. Captain America throws his shield so that it will hit stuff to come back to him.
These men.
These men and their boomerangs. What's next?
It's like grandparents with like boomerangs on Facebook. You know?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good comparison. Well, I'm sorry you did not like this movie, but I'm hoping next week you'll pick one that you actually really enjoy.
Who knows? Who knows what I'll pick?
Well, did you like Civil War? You like Wanda?
I liked Wanda. I liked Black Panther.
Maybe you should watch Black Panther.
But that would be too easy. I would know too much. I thought I would know more from Thor. I thought I would.
Well, hopefully next week we'll get you a better movie that you might not
I
hate.
really hope I like the next one.
Well, thank you for joining us today on Full Disclosure After Hours. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Mckenzie.